Hello, magical people. Hope you're all doing well out there. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to the Daily Astro Show here on the Meg Moonbeam and Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. Thank you so much for joining me. And today I'm going to be sharing with you all our Western astrology horoscope for today, Monday, April 14th, going into Tuesday, April 15th, 2025. And before we get into it, please remember everyone to like, share, and subscribe to our channels. We really appreciate all of the support. And also, if you'd like to have a personal astrology reading with me, those are available over at consultations.beyondmystic.net. The link is below. And my availability is currently starting September 2025. Crypto Blonde says, let the crazy begin. Well, it is crazy transits, but we do have some good things going on today and tomorrow, as we're going to be talking about. And what was the other thing I wanted to share with you all? One sec. Let me bring this up over here. Oh, yeah. So coming up, this is just going to be in a couple weeks, I think. First weekend of May. Let me bring this up here to show you guys. Janine and I are going to do a part 2 of our Opening the Psychic Senses series on the Beyond Mystic Academy, Unlock the Secrets of Your Natural Psychic Abilities. So for those of you who didn't see, we did a part 1 of this. I can't even remember when we did a part 1 of this. There's so much stuff we're doing, but there's a part 1 over at the Beyond Mystic Academy. And this part 2 is coming up, which is going to be live on Sunday, May 4th at 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you'd like to join in, you can sign up over at the link in the description box below. And very excited for that. Something very important during this time, opening up our psychic abilities, which really is natural, something that is natural to all of us. Fire Within says, heard your workshop yesterday was awesome. Well, thank you so much. Yesterday, I hosted my Beginner's Guide to Astrocartography workshop on the Academy. We had so much fun. It was over 3 hours long. Thank you so much to everyone that signed up, and so happy that people seem to be really interested in learning the Western astrology, learning the tarot, bringing back these ancient practices that are natural. They are not crazy. They are real, as I know many of you guys know if you are listening this show right now. Chrissy, hello. Chrissy says, I need a Meg break. Grading papers makes me think many were under the influence of the Mercury retrograde. By the way, the looks of how the directions were interpreted. Maybe it was me. Oh my God, Chrissy, that is hilarious. Yes. Speaking of Mercury retrograde, we are out of Venus retrograde. Venus moved direct late in the day, Eastern time on Saturday. And we're now at this point right now from today. It really started yesterday, Sunday, April 13th. From Sunday, April 13th to May 4th, all planets are direct. Okay. Nobody's retrograde. Yes, Mercury and Venus are in their post-shadow period. Okay. But nobody is retrograde. All the planets are moving direct. So we can feel today going into tomorrow, like this energy of moving ahead, forward, inspiration. This is, if there's some things that we've been putting off because of the Mercury and the Venus retrograde, do the things that you need to do. Okay, that Venus in conjunction to Saturn, which we had exact last week, we're still under the strong influence of, can be reality checks, discipline and structure needed in our values, in our finances, in our work, in our committed relationships. Her Miller says, I love direct. Let's go. Yeah, there can be this inspirational energy actually as we're starting off the week, which is very, very positive. Now, we do have the moon in Scorpio, okay? The moon in her fall position of Scorpio today going into tomorrow. So emotionally, and I am feeling it today. I get really affected when the moon is in Scorpio. Let me know if anybody else does. A little bit moody, a little bit intense, a little bit just, that moon in Scorpio vibe. Emotionally, we're craving some intensity, or we can just even be feeling a little bit moody. We are still in the full moon in Libra portal. We had that full moon on Saturday. We're still in the influence of that. Starting tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll be out of the orb of that full moon. For those of you who don't know, the 3 days before and after a full moon, we're in the full moon portal. We're really in the strong influence of it. So we're still in that full moon portal with a moon in Scorpio, with the sun still conjunct Chiron, with Mars still in Cancer, which is going to be moving into Leo. Thank God on the 17th, but we still got that stuff going on. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of you guys in the comments saying, definitely moody. CeeLo Joe, I am snappy today. Yeah, there can be a little bit of moodiness. Nothing too crazy, nothing too intense, though. I like that tomorrow we're going to have Mercury ingressing into Aries. Okay, so that's going to be very positive. Tuesday, Mercury ingressing into Aries. And on Wednesday, exact Mercury conjunct Neptune. So we'll talk about that in Wednesday's Daily Astro. But nice that Mercury is going to be moving out of its detriment position of Pisces and into Aries, where it feels more comfortable. And you know that Mercury, it's not just about communication, right? Mercury rules day-to-day activities, day-to-day gadgets, a lot of things that we do in our day-to-day. So when we've got that Mercury at detriment or fall, things can be kind of wonky. We can feel confused. It's not the best time to be making really big decisions, although it's highly creative and spiritual. Carol, hello, Carol. Carol, I've got the cards that you gifted me. Thank you so much. We're going to pull a card in a moment. Carol says, best day ever. Meg, please tell me we do still have opportunity to heal our hearts. Me too, taught all weekend energy healing and sound healing workshop sensitive. Oh my God, Carol, you are such a freaking badass. Carol, you were working all weekend. You were doing energy healing. You did your sound healing workshop. I love you, Carol. You are amazing. Yeah, it is sensitive. Carol says very sensitive to the energy. Yeah, it's that, we're still in that full moon in Libra portal, and I'm getting chills as I say that. It was a really big completion and cleansing and healing portal of karmic relationships, commitments and relationships that no longer serve us, aesthetic that no longer serves us as well. With the moon in Scorpio now, we can really be feeling just that sensitivity. And I noticed for me as a Scorpio, and let me know if you guys feel this with the Scorpio energy too. For me as a Scorpio, when I'm feeling emotionally sensitive, I just don't want to be around anybody. I'm sure the other Scorpios can relate to that. When the moon is in Scorpio today, going into tomorrow, we can feel almost this just very sensitive to being around people. We can notice things about people that we don't usually notice because Scorpio is very perceptive. It rules the shadow side, right? Jenny, so grieving the old. Yeah, we can be grieving the old while also being very emotionally sensitive today, but also very psychic, very intuitive as well. Margie, thank you for your comment about the astrocartography workshop yesterday. I had so much fun doing it. Chrissy says, haha, because the Scorpio can snap. Yeah, so that is something we want to watch out for, any little Scorpio snaps today going into tomorrow with that moon in Scorpio. And remember, you guys, it's also the sun conjunct Chiron. We had that exact last week. It's still strong. It's still within 2 degrees. So if you're noticing you're just moody, sensitive, a little bit crabby, you don't need to force yourself out of that. Pay attention to if you are feeling that. And if you're not, that's great. Pay attention to if you are feeling that, what is triggering you. Okay. And sit with that and let yourself process whatever is coming up. We're very programmed in this modern, Western society to, it's negative if you're crying. It's negative if you're sensitive. It's negative if you're being emotional. It's negative if you're angry. Oh my God. If you're angry, you better go cleanse yourself with some sage, right? It's like, okay, these are all natural emotions that come up sometimes, and we need to process them through crying, through doing something creative, through journaling, through doing some energy healing, through doing some release work. So little bit of a sensitive next couple days, but it's funny because at the same time, all the planets are going direct, have gone direct. So there is this positive forward moving energy in the air. Very, very interesting. Let's pull a tarot card from the new deck that Carol just gifted me. Thank you so much, Carol. Meaning Tarot, Keywords Reversed Zodiac. And let's see, universe, what's our tarot guidance? Our tarot archetype for Monday going into Tuesday. What's our guidance for these sensitive but also exciting and forward-moving transits? Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay. 5 of Pentacles. Life is hard right now. Look around. Help is at hand. Insecure, hardship, poverty, loss of money or position, toil, harshness, need, lack of resources. Yeah, I feel like the challenge is what we're processing that we've just let go of with this full moon in Libra, also with this Mars and Cancer transit that we've been in since September. There's been a lot of issues with family. There's been a lot of issues with ancestral stuff coming up, with our sensitivity, with relationships, with this full moon in Libra and commitments that we thought were for our highest good and weren't. And there's major triggers with that. So I'm hearing Spirit say, life is hard if you're making it hard by resisting what is very obvious at the moment that no longer works for you. Okay. So remember, what you resist persists. So some of us may be struggling, like feeling insecure about some of these changes that have just come up, some of these reality checks also with Venus conjunct Saturn. Let's pull a bonus card for today going into tomorrow. And remember, this card can be lack of resources as well, but there's no true lack of resources. Debster, I love that. You've taken the words out of my mouth, Debster. Help is available. All we have to do is ask. There's literally abundance all around us. There's an abundance of oxygen to breathe. There's an abundance of water to drink. There's an abundance of love all around us if we ask. There's literally abundance everywhere. The earth grows, more food than we could ever need. There's more beautiful places than one could ever visit in one lifetime. So that lack is an illusion if that is coming up for any of us. We've also got the King of Swords. Think things through from all perspectives. Precision, articulate, truthful, cautious, design and plans, controlled, but determined. So it's really like and they're both 5 energy. Interesting. They're both a 5 energy. So where are we putting our mind and our beliefs? And it feels like, I always feel like when all the planets are direct, we're like in this master manifester kind of vibe where what you put your energy towards, what you put your thoughts to, it's like, feels like a times 10. So I don't know if anybody else feels like that, but I definitely feel like that. So I feel like this King of Swords is saying, be mindful of your words, be mindful of your thoughts, because now that everything is direct, we can use that air element, use that swords energy to move precisely forwards while also being cautious, right? He's also cautious. And there's also that 5 of Pentacles. Be cautious of your fears. Be cautious of your belief limitations. Carol, I love you too. I love you guys all so much. So I hope that resonated with you guys. It's kind of funky dunky out there because it's like this positivity that all planets are direct, but we've just come out of this full moon in Scorpio, Sun conjunct Chiron, Mars at the end of Cancer. So some of us may be feeling like really positive. Some of us may be feeling really sensitive, depending on where you're at. Before I finish up as well, you guys, want to mention that we've got the Floraline soaps available at floralinefarm.ca. You can use code BM10 to get 10% off. These are beautiful soaps that we had, I think, available at the Beyond Mystic conference. They smell so good, made by our lovely Alin, handcrafted luxury artisan soaps. You can go check that out at their website, floralinefarm.ca. And again, for those of you who Didn't see my beginner's guide to astrocartography workshop, Astrology of the World's Map. Replay is available on the Academy. Thank you to everyone in the chat for your positive comments on that. Had so much fun doing it. And also right after this, I'm going to be doing the first coffee and chats on the Beyond Mystic Academy. So see you all very soon for coffee and chats. That's a more informal time once a week where one of the Beyond Mystic crew will come on, answer any of your questions, chill with some coffee. Today I've got my iced coffee and have a little chat. Also, JC is back from his vacation. So you'll see JC and Janine on the Beyond the News tonight on the IAP. I love you all so, so much. Thank you for tuning in, and I'm sending lots of cosmic love your way. See you soon. Bye, everybody.